Hello everyone and welcome to Payseta Tutorial YouTube channel. And on our today's class, permit me to be your host and I am Uncle GT and I'll be taking us mathematics for junior WAEC classes. Yeah, we know that the exam lessons are currently ongoing, and if you are in junior WAEC and you come across this video, well, you are in luck. You know why? Because you are being blessed with a a tutor with understand and a tutor who understands exactly what he wants to teach. And host of the YouTube channel is Sayomi Omorewa, and he's a man of virtue with enough understanding for you. So do well to reach out to him on our Facebook, our YouTube, and also you can private chat him on WhatsApp to get a private class. But for the junior Y, permit me to be your host, and I'll be taking us maths. We'll be solving some question on our past question, and this question I'm solving is basically for those students who has already registered with me for the junior WAEC math class, math and some other science classes. Okay, now the maths we're going to look at is the 2019 maths for the junior WAEC, which they wrote the exam 2019. That's what we're going to be looking at. And I'm going to be just taking a few, I'm just going to be teaching few numbers, but in order in the 2019. So I'm going to be making this simple. I'm going to break math to the level where it becomes a talk or a talk show to you, so that when you're solving math, you'll be like, okay, well, like, was this uncle really solving math on the board? Why? Because I'm going to make math so easy for you to understand that even when you are solving math, you are like, you get into the exam hall and you're looking at your paper and asking, is this the question they said? You will laugh and say, is it the question they said? Why? Because you have come across it, you have studied the pattern, you know the pattern in which this exam was set, and you know why they set the exam in such way. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into solving. Now, our number one question in the 2019 maths, if you have your past question, I will advise you watch this video with your past question. You know why? Because we are going to be going through the junior WAEC past question. That's the evening fact for junior WAEC mathematics. We are going to be finishing it on this channel, so stay tuned. If you have not subscribed, do well to click on that red button and click on the button again till you see where they write all notification. Now let's get into the video. We have number one. Okay, now let's go. Number one, this is quite simple. Many of us know what they call significant figures. We know what they call decimal places as significant numbers. Now if you don't know, wait, do not go, because I'm still going to open it. I'm going to open the group, the comment section. Please, I need help. Please, I want to register for your classes. Fine, do well. Now this class, I'm starting with this class with the past question. Reasons are because I am trying to show you, am I the best person for you? Am I the best tutor for you for this junior WAEC? Do you think learning with me will be the very best you want? Well, if it is, now that's why I'm solving these questions for 2019 to open your mindset broadly if this is the best person to teach you for this junior WAEC you're about to write. And if I'm the best person, kudos to you. Now let's go. Number one question says, number one, past question 2019. For those who were not here when I said the word, past question, past Q&A. Q&A for 2019. Sorry, if I say 2021, 2019 maths. Now number one says we should correct. Do you need the past question? So if you're not with past question, you need to get one. I believe it's around 8,000 to 2,000 naira. You get the 2019 to the last year question they did. Okay, now let's go. Number one says correct to four significant places. If you have your past question, do well to read. It says correct what? It says correct 0.8. Okay, say correct. I'll just write it down for those who don't have the past question. It says correct 0.0805626 to four significant place, to four significant place. Now in my school where I teach this, I told the students to do this, and they were looking at me like they counted four numbers and they were confused. Many got different answers, some got different answers, some were not able to solve, which simply means that there are people who are not able to solve the significant place That's why you need a tutor and a mentor who will be able to make this math so simple for you, because math is a core subject in junior WAEC. And if you fail math, which is not going to happen because you have pace setter tutorial, you have your mentor, you have your teachers, it's not going to happen. Why? The reason why this is not going to happen is because you are ready to learn. And the only way for you to pass an exam is when you are ready to learn and you are learning and you are consistent in learning, consistent in the aspect that you study the maths again and again, because maths is not something you just open and read and all of a sudden it sticks to the brain. Maths is something after you have learned it, after you have been taught, you go back again and study and challenge yourself with other questions. So do well to do that, guys, and that's why you need a mentor. So now let's go straight to solving without much talking. Now it says correct 0.0.080562 to 4 significant place. What do will many students do? Many students will start counting from this zero, but no, you don't do that. Why won't you do that? It is because zero is not a significant number and it's not recognized to be called a significant number in this question. Now the options here we are given as 0.081. Many students will go for that. Why? Because they don't know the answer and they just go for a guesswork and begin to just mark A, B or C. But no, when you're writing, no, yes, I'm sure of what I'm writing, and that's what we're going to do right here on Pace Setter Tutorial YouTube channel. Now it says 0.080526. Now first of all, you hear the word 4 significant. We're going to look at significant number and decimal number, but first of all, let's understand this. It says 4 significants. Where's the count 4 numbers here? We can say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are numbers, the first 4 numbers. But the question did not say correct to the first 4 number. The question say 4 significant, which simply means know this, that 0 is not a significant number. So you do not start counting from the 0. Where do we start counting from? We start counting from the 8, where we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Which is what? Our answer is going to be for this is what? Our answer is now going to be what? The 0.0. 0 is not a significant number, but we'll still write it here. But we want to count only from the real numbers. Now, my students were asking me, they were saying, so why did I take this 0? You know why? Because it is now, it has come after a real number. Then it can be called a significant number. But once it is the first number you saw there, leave it. Now we can see more than 1 0, like 0.0000082, and they say 2 significant. The 82 is the 2 significant number there. So do not let me or let yourself get confused by saying uncle said the first 0. It's not the first 0. As many 0 that are written, for example 0.000000, and they wrote 82. If they say 2 significant place, this is only 2 real number here. Because why? These were all 0, so they are nothing and they were not counted. I hope that's clear. And if it's not clear, do well to drop your question on the comment section and I'll do well to answer the question. So our first answer is what? 0.0, not a real number. This is a real number. Here we have what? 805. Wait. Now, the next thing is to check if the number here is greater than 5 or equal to 5. If it is greater than 5 or equal to 5, what do? We call it 1, then we add it to this next number. But check, is 2 up to 5? No, it's not. So what do? It's 0. So we write down our 6. That's why we have the 6 here, and this is the answer. And in the option, it is which number? That's 6, our answer for number 1. And number 2 is what? Number 2 says express in standard form. Express 5.5. Okay, 5.56. Okay, express. Let's write the question down. Express in standard form. And what are we going to express in standard form? The 55.62 in standard form. The 55.62. That's what they say we should express in standard form, this number. Now, how do we express in standard form? Now, standard form also is another topic which is so easy and so simple. Why? Because you have been taught what is standard form. What is standard form? So just know, standard forms are numbers that have 10 raised to a power. That is having 10 raised to a power. Standard form is a number multiplying with 10, which is a deca, raised to a power. Now, what do I mean? Example of a standard form number is what? 2.0, note there's always a point and another number, point 0 or point another number or 0.5 times deca, which is what, 10 raised to the power of any number. Let's call it 2. This is a standard form, but you cannot call this a standard form. 200, you cannot call this a standard form, but we can make this a standard form. Now, I hope this class is making a lot of sense to you, and you're understanding that a standard form is a number that is multiplied with 10 raised to the power of a number, 10 raised to the power of another number. Now, let's solve this question on number 2 question. Let's see what's our answer here. This number 2 question is quite complex. Why? Because you have not learned and understand the basic of standard form, and that's why you need to register for a lesson. Always start with Paysetter tutorial. That will be the best decision you will make. There's an assurance that yes, I am writing this exam, and you note there's difference between writing an exam and somebody wrote the exam. Yes, they can write the exam for you with malpractice, and that's one thing Paysetter tutorial does not encourage, which is what, malpractice. We don't encourage it here. None of our students write exam with malpractice. They write after writing and come and say, this exam was simple. You know why? Because we are being taught the foundation of that topic. That's what we are going to be taught, and that's what we are going to teach you and impart into you, that you can write your exam and beat your chest and say, yes, I was the one who wrote this exam. So let's continue. This is quite complex. How? Because this is 5.62. It's already looking like a standard form, but it cannot be called a standard form. You know why? Because we are having no times 10 raised to the power of any number. I hope that's making sense. This cannot be called a standard form, just the way 200 cannot be called a standard form unless it is converted to a standard form. Now let's see what we are going to do here. Now we can say what? This is decimal place, so it is what? 0, 1. That's how many 0? 1, 2, which is 100. So you will say the solution for this is what? Solution for this is 5, 5, 6, 2. Now you make it an whole number first. Make sure you make it an whole number first. Then you say all over what? All over 100. Why do we say 100? We say 100 because of the point here, which is what? 0, 1, which is a tenth. Now we have 10 here, which is equal to what? Now we can say 5.562. Note that the point now moves to the first number. The point always moves to the first number. When it moves to the first number, now we can say 5.5. Okay, 5.562 times 10 raised to the power of 1. Is that clear? If you punch your calculator, now let's do the math with our calculator. If you are with a calculator there, but on your exam, you're not going to use a calculator, and that's why the values they give to you is so minimal, because they know that you are not going to use a calculator in the exam hall. So the numbers they give you so minimal. Now let's do this. Let's see if he gives us this back. If you now multiply these two numbers and they give you this back, then your answer is correct. But if you multiply these two things and they do not give you this back, just know that your answer is very wrong. Because multiplying these two things has to give you this to confirm that our answer is correct. I believe you are following. Now we have 5.5. I'm using a calculator here, CalX. That's the scientific calculator we use on our mobile phone. If you cannot buy a calculator but you have a mobile phone, your mobile phone can run a very powerful calculator. 5.562 times 10 raised to the power of 1. Now, if you punch your calculator, you will be surprised that it gave us this number back, which simply means what? Our answer is correct. Now, if you're still following, do well to smash the like and subscribe button. Let's go to number 3 question. Number 3 question says something. Now, let's see what it says. I was in the calculator, so okay. It said find the ACF of 12, 16, and 20. What is ACF? That's the first question you ask yourself. Before you be able to solve any mathematics, you must know the meaning of what they are saying you should find. ACF simply means what? Highest common factor. Highest common factor. And under the topic HCF, we also have what we call the LCM. And LCM, sorry for me to say LCF, is LCM. You can still say an F, but mathematicians call it the M, multiples, not factors now. So it is the lowest common multiples and the highest common factors. But now they told us to find what? The highest common factors. Now let's look for the highest common factors and let's see how that is done. Highest common factor, it say find ACF. I will write the question down for those who are copying. Find ACF of 12, 16, and 20. Now, how do we find LCF? Now, there are two methods to solve ACF. Now, we go with the two methods. Now, the first method is writing the number out, 12, 16, and 20. And this one of the, should I say, the most simplest? Yeah, this was where I was taught. And it was simple until I was taught another method. Now, let's go. First of all, you look at the factors of 12. Or you say the LCM of 12, LCM of this on a separate place. This is called a long method. I'll show you the short method. Stick with me. Now 12, the LCM of 12 is what? Let me write down the 12 here and look for the LCM, which is what? 2 here is 4, 2 here, we have 2 again, and 2 here. Okay, what am I saying? 2 here, yeah, we have 6, sorry. We're going to have 6 here. 2 into 6, we have 3. Then here, we have 3 here, we have 1. Meaning the factors of, the highest common factors of 12 are what? 2. The common factors of 12, sorry, not the highest common factors. Common factors of 12 is what? 2, 3, 2, 2, and 3. 2, 2, 3. Now we look for 16. Now 16 is what? Let me make use of the board wipe. Okay. Now for 16, we have what? 2 and 16. 2 into 16 is 8. 2 into 8 is what? 2 into 8 is 4. 2 here, we have 2 again, and 2 here, 1. Which the common factors of this is what? 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Now let's check for 20. 20, 20, 20. HCF for 20. Common factors of 20. We have 2 and 20 here. The reason why we're using 2, why? Many students don't know why we always start with the 2. Because it is the smallest number that has a factor, which is what? Which is the 1 times 2 is equal to 2. And that's the smallest number we should start with whenever you are looking for LCM. Reasons are because it is the smallest number, and sometimes 2 does not start it. For example, a number like 15, 2 cannot start that number. Why? Because 2 cannot divide that number. It is only numbers that 2 can divide that we use 2 to start the number. So let's go. 2 to 20 is 10. Now 2 can still go. We have 2 here is what? 5. Then 5 here is what? 1. So our factors here is what? 2, 2, and 5. Now let's go. This is where the solving is going to take place. Carry out from there. This is where the solving is going to take place. Now, what are our common factors you can see here? What are the common factors we can see here? The common factors we can see here is what? We can see 2. Yeah. Why do we say it's a common factor? Simply means it is in the first number, the second number, and the third number. Now, the next is what? The next is 2 again. 2 here. Which is what? It is here, and also it's here. Now, is there no common factor again? No, there's no common factor. Why? Because 3 is here, it's not here, and it's not here. 2 is here, it's not here again, it's not here again. So, meaning our common factors is what? Our ACF is equals to what? 2 times 2, because 2 was here and 2 was here. 2 times 2, meaning the ACF is equals to what? ACF is equals to 4. That's our answer for the question. Now let's see what option was that. And that was C. So our option was C for number 3. Now let me show you the second method, which is quite straightforward, should I say. Now the second method is just using the LCM method, which is 12, 16. Now many people will say, why is it that you now use the long method? Well, because that was the first method, and that's one of the most simplest and clearest method to solve. Now 2 into 12 is what? Is 6. 2 into 16 is what? 8. 2 into 20 is what? 10. Now 2 can still go. 2 here is 3. 2 here is 4. 2 here is 5. 2 can still go because there's a 4 here. 2 here is 3 come down because it cannot divide. 2 into here, we have 2 here. What else do we have again? Okay, we have what other number do we have? Can 2 go? No, 5 here. So what other numbers do we have again? What numbers? Okay, now we have let me wipe the board for this other side. So I believe you have copied this side of the board, so I'm wiping it off. Okay, now look at the board now. You saw where we stopped, where the number stopped from. Easy method. Now you saw that 2 could only go into a year, 2 again can go into a year, but 2 could not go into everything here. That's the way, that's how simple it can be for ACF. Simply means these two numbers, 2 and 2, was the common factors between these three numbers. As you can see, you'll be like, so why did I not do this one? Because this one is clearer. And okay, you can forward back to watch and get the steps in which we use in solving this first method. You will like it, and it also tells more to be a mathematician. So now our just the common factors we have here is just 2 and 2, which is also the same thing as saying our ACF is equals to what? It's equals to 2 times 2, which is equals to 4, and we still get the same answer because that's the only number. Only 2 could go into here, 2 again went into here, but 2 could not go. Any number could not go into everything. Now I hope that is clear. If it's not clear, drop it on the comment section and drop what is not clear. Like say, sir, I do not understand so and so, or sir, I do not understand how you got this. I will explain with another video for you again. I will be so dedicated to do that, and may God strengthen me. Okay, now our fourth question is simplify. Wow, this is one of my favorite maths because it's very simple. Simplify, and if you won't see it, I'm sure you will like it. Simplify. Now what are we simplifying? The question say, number 4 question say we should simplify, open bracket, 3 plus 5 close bracket minus 5 minus 3 in a bracket too. Now this is so simple. What do they want us to do here? Apply the rule of BODMAS. You don't need to waste time. You don't waste time for this. This question is so simple. Apply the rule of BODMAS. I believe you know what BODMAS is. Well, if you don't know what BODMAS is, that's why you have a tutor, and that's why I'm here to teach you. BODMAS simply means bracket of divide, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Simply means when you look at a mass, check if BODMAS can be applied. Can BODMAS be applied here? Yes, let me spell BODMAS for those who are not familiar with BODMAS. I guess this for you. This BODMAS, BODMAS. That's BODMAS. Brackets of divide, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Now let's eliminate the bracket. How are we going to eliminate? Can 3 and 5 go? Yes. 3 plus 5 is what? 8. We have eliminated that bracket. Put our minus sign, which is here. Put it down. Now 5 minus 3, can it go? Yes, it can go. 5 minus 3 is what? 2. We have put our 2 here. Now we have eliminated the bracket. And we not eliminated it. Now we'll check. There's no divide, there's no multiplication, there's no addition, there's just subtraction. So we go over to the last one because these ones were not available, which is the ODMA. They were not available, but S is available, which is what? 8 minus 2 is what? 6. That's our answer. Now let me check which objective got it, which of the answer. 6 is our answer for that also. Now the last but not the least question I'm going to take for today before I stop this video, so the video will not be too long, is the number 5 question. We say we should express as an improper fraction. We simply says we should express as an improper fraction. Now, how do we express as an improper fraction? I was teaching fraction in my class, and the student was looking at me as I was talking while I was speaking Spanish. Fraction is so simple. That's the reason why I started with fraction, and that's the reason why I am using the hidden facts. We are going to finish it together. So do well to register for the class so you do not miss out before coming to register. In Pacer tutorial, we will pass this exam. We are going to pass it. You will pass. Okay, let's go. Now, number 5 says what? Number 5 says we should express as an improper fraction. This way I will stop. This way I will stop because I'm having 9th class with my students today. So if you come across this video, just know we're having 9th class today. And today's 9th class is going to be a 9th class, a good night, not 9th like 9th class. The class is starting by 8 p.m. today. I guess a 1 hour 30 minutes class will be okay to shaping the mind of the students before they sleep, come to school the next day, they are taught again, they come back, and they have, meaning every day they are to sleep with book, if possible. Every day you should sleep with book. That's where you are going to pass, because Success is a destination and consistency is what yields success. So let's continue. Number 5. What does number 5 says? Express what? We should express full number. Oh, I guess I took pictures. I could not see what's here. Okay, let me say 12. Okay, I'll just say full number 2 over 3 expressed as an improper fraction. Why is my marker down? Full number 2 over 3. Now, how do we express full number 2 over 3 as an improper fraction? Let me put ink in the marker. I'm sorry for that. It's not, the marker is not supposed to finish, maybe because I've opened it for too long and I'm talking, so the ink is drying off. Okay, I'm trying to refill the ink of the marker. Sorry for that. Okay, now there's enough ink in it to take us to the end of the class. So if you are still watching the video, guys, thank you very much, and Patience has you in mind, and that's the reason why we left every other thing to do on YouTube and teach, because we know that there are students who need it, and that's why we're here for you. Now, express as what? An improper fraction. An improper fraction. Now, many students do something without knowing the reason why they are doing it. Now, I'm going to wipe the other side. What do I mean by they do something without knowing the meaning why they are doing it? Now, why is it that they are only telling us to convert to an improper fraction? Have you not asked that question? Or you just say once, they just say the word, you just solve? No, you don't solve. You know the reason why is it that we are doing this, and that's why we're scientists. I'm believing that some parents will be like, no, why would the child want to think of that? Now, that's what makes a child innovative. It makes the child think further than every other student, and that's what makes the child differs from every other child in the society. Is the ability for that child to innovate, to change the way it thinks, and not think like a normal child. Okay, now, why is it that they're always telling us to only change to improper fraction? The reason is simple. It is because it is impossible to change to a proper fraction. It is impossible. Just know that's the reason why we cannot change to a proper fraction, because it is impossible to change to a proper fraction. So any question that comes as and say express 4 whole number 12 over 3 as an improper fraction, just know that's a catastrophe. For simple term, because I'm talking to the juniors, just know that that is not a question you should answer and tell the teacher that question is wrong. If the teacher says the question is not wrong, come over to Patience and report. We'll talk to the teacher. Okay, let's go. Number 5, express 4 whole number 2 all over 3 as an improper fraction. How do you express? There's a way I told my students. I told them that we move clockwise or anti-clockwise, which is, this is the clockwise direction, and this is the anti-clockwise direction, going this way. This is the anti-clockwise, and this is the clockwise. So I ask them, are we moving clockwise or anti-clockwise? And guess what? The answer, as you know it, is what? Is the clockwise direction. Now, how are we going to move the clockwise direction? And when we are moving the clockwise direction, what do? We do what they call the MA. Just know this. Anytime we are moving the clockwise direction, not anytime, every time we have to move the clockwise direction, and we're going to do what? We're going to do the MA, which is what? Multiplication then addition. Is that making sense? Whenever we are moving to the clockwise direction, we do the MA, which is the multiplication then addition. Now let's go to what we are saying, which is 4 whole number 2 over 3 is equals to what? First of all, we are going clockwise, and you're not going to always write this. I'm just writing this to make it clear. You first of all say 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is what? You say 12. Then you say 12 plus 2. 12 plus 2 is what? 14. Then we say 14 is the answer. The denominator, which is here, does not go away, which is 14 over 3. And that's the answer. I believe that was clear. And there is nothing that can go here. So this is the lowest factor of this fraction. I'm going to teach about fraction in another video, but this video is just to show you if space setter can be the best for you. Have a nice day and bye.